I have to say that was an absolute pleasure to watch. Arsenal was spellbinding, like in moments, let's just say. Going forward, we were absolutely like spellbinding, like most of the time. A couple of hairy moments here and there at the back, and a couple of really close encounters by CSKA Moscow. But going forward, we were absolutely superb. Some of the goals that we scored tonight were absolutely pitch perfection, like generally. And I don't care, anyone can say to me, it is only CSKA Moscow, but you can only beat what is in front of you. And tonight, our attacking quality was absolutely brilliant. That first half alone was absolutely just tremendous to watch. And in the second half, we created so many chances. We should have got many, many more goals. And hopefully, we don't live to regret that this time next week when we play CSKA Moscow away from home. But it is a fabulous win tonight. We got the job done. Like slowly and surely we got the job done, and it was a nice secure, I struggle saying that to be fair, but we got the job done and secured the first step, and we are one step closer to the Europa League semi-final, one step closer to getting ripped apart by Atletico Madrid if and when we play them. Welcome back to Analysing Arsenal. These are my thoughts and feelings to the game at the Emirates Stadium tonight in the Europa League quarter-final. Forget the Champions League. This is where real football's played, ladies and gentlemen. We've had all of the Liverpool, Manchester City shenanigans. We've had Ronaldo kicking, you know, a bicycle kick that was absolutely just, oh, that is just a sexy, sexy goal. But forget all of that shenanigans. That was mediocre. This is where the big boys play. I so fucking wish we get back into the Champions League for next season, like generally. But we are in the Europa League and we want to win the Europa League, and we are edging closer to doing that by getting a 4-1 healthy win in the first quarter-final game against CSKA Moscow. And, you know, yes, it's only CSKA Moscow. On paper, you look at the two sets of teams, you look at our side, you look at CSKA Moscow's side, and you'd be thinking to yourself, an easy win. Like, you'd say Arsenal should comfortably win by 4-1, particularly at home at the Emirates. This is an absolute given. But this is Arsenal. We have seen so many times Arsenal give away stupid leads, lose games that they really shouldn't be losing, and like, it's Arsenal. You can never predict anything with Arsenal. And tonight, great start, absolutely brilliant start from Arsenal. A hairy kind of couple of minutes that could and should we've really gone behind, but then from that point, as soon as we got ourselves a penalty, we stepped over the gears, we stepped on the gears more importantly, and we got 3 very, very solid goals. And in the second half, the game, I mean, it was a very, very exciting game, and I've criticised the Europa League games far too often this season for just being so boring and lacklustre, and it's been, you know, quite a few Arsenal games have been very, very painful to watch. First half was absolutely brilliant. Second half slightly died down a little bit. We were creating chances. They had a couple of chances here and there, CSKA Moscow, but in the end we just held on to what we've got, and like really I can't see us, you know, CSKA Moscow have got to beat us, I think 3-0. They've got to beat us 3-0 on their home patch to go through, which is very, very unlikely. We should get a goal. Even if we lose like 2-1, we'll still go through. So it's a big, big statement. We got the job done. We were professional in terms of doing it. If we look at the lineups, it was a pretty strong squad side, basically. Obviously, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang can't play because he's ruled out of the Europa League, and Danny Welbeck apparently had a slight niggle to his back, hence why he started on the bench. But in my opinion, I think we're now getting to the stage where we have to play our strongest team, regardless of whether the fact that Danny Welbeck being slightly injured and needed a little bit of a rest, start Alexandre Lacazette, who got himself 2 very well worked goals tonight. I thought he was going to get his hat-trick. I think he looked slightly miffed when he was brought off, because I think he wants to get his first Arsenal hat-trick. But nonetheless, he got 2 goals, and he's certainly back in form, and you can see the confidence there. Like, the more goals that he gets, the more game times he gets under his belt, the confidence is just going to grow. And, we're seeing just slight little snippets of why we bought him. Basically, what I was trying to say is, we bought Alexandre Lacazette to see him score goals after goals after goals after goals, and tonight was just a demonstration of him being that goal poacher that when the moment's right and when he's in the box, he can find the back of the net, no problem, which has been questioned many times this season. We've always questioned Alexandre Lacazette, whether he's actually good enough, but tonight he certainly put a step towards that. Special mention, Aaron fucking Ramsey. oh my Jesus Christ, he was absolutely superb tonight, and he is showing what he did. And remember a couple of seasons ago when he had that amazing season, the 2013-14 season, when he was like Arsenal player of the season, and he's showing just moments of that, and like sticking him out wide and playing him down the right or down the left. I'm actually agreeing with Robbie Savage for a change, because absolutely he got it spot on. Playing him out wide in that midfield role, you're just losing, you're wasting his talents. If he plays central with a partnership of Xhaka or Ozil, and then Ozil can go back, Ramsey can go forward, Xhaka can stay back, Ramsey can go forward, in that central role, that is where he's the most lethal. And it's just like with Oxlade-Chamberlain last night. Arsene Wenger was playing him on the right, playing him on the left, playing him up top. His best position is central midfield. As for Aaron Ramsey, his best position is central midfield, like 110%. It generally was. We started the game pretty well. Ramsey scoring a brilliant goal, kind of after 9 minutes. And then we made a hat-trick of defensive errors. Koscielny not clearing it away. Mustafi losing the header. We then conceded a free kick, which Golovin, that guy, the CSKA Moscow guy, was the only guy that got CSKA Moscow a goal tonight, stepped up, scored a brilliant free kick. What absolutely baffled me watching that, right, was that Petr Cech was screaming instructions. The microphones that BT had, like, in terms of covering the game tonight, they were picking up, like, the frequencies that Petr Cech had was so fucking loud, right, and, like, he was screaming out the defence, you know, inciting orders, you know, declaring that players got into their certain positions, and we still conceded. We still conceded the goal. You know, Petr Cech needs to concentrate on what he's actually got to do and try to save it, because I think he could have saved that free kick. It was a great free kick, not taking anything away from the free kick. It was a really, really well-timed and lovely free kick to score, but Petr Cech is screaming at his defence to try and stop it, block it off, but he's not actually focusing on the task that he's got at hand. So, you know, slight disappointment from Petr Cech. They had Musa, you know, the former Leicester City star, which I didn't know. I didn't know he left Leicester. You know, I didn't know that. I didn't know he went out back to CSKA Moscow, and he causes problems. You know, Arsenal are not the best defensively. We know that. We've seen it many, many times this season, and his pace can cause problems. He's not got that finish, and I remember watching when he first joined for Leicester City and he played that pre-season game against Barcelona and he scored that really, really nice goal. But he's one of those strikers that has literally just got pace, and he needs to develop on actually finishing his chances. He kind of hasn't really developed that as a player yet, and he had a really, really good chance to put CSKA Moscow 2-1 ahead, and I was sitting there biting my nails and thinking to myself, oh my god, we're actually going to concede. Like, I was miffed at the fact that we had created a hat-trick of, you know, errors to allow that free kick to be taken away. It was just a cheap, stupid goal to give away after a really, really good start. And Musa had an absolutely golden opportunity to make it 2-1, and it just fell away, really. But we then get a penalty. Mesut Ozil runs through. Definitely a penalty in my eyes, and I know I'm, you know, biased. This is an Arsenal-based series, but it definitely was a penalty. You know, he didn't get one touch of the ball. People were saying that Mesut Ozil fell over and it looked like that, but if you slowed it down, and how BT slowed it down right the way down, you can see that he gets a slight fraction on him, but he doesn't get any of the ball. He takes the man down, and I keep saying anywhere other on the pitch, that is a foul. In the box, it's a penalty. And Alexandre Lacazette steps up, looked quite nervous when he stepped up to take the penalty, but he slotted it into the back of the net to make it 2-1. And then Aaron Ramsey scores an absolutely sensational. It was almost like a half bicycle, half scissor kick, really, as the ball like came in, stayed on side, and he just chipped it up and over the goalkeeper for CSKA Moscow, Akinvi. I butcher international names, right? Generally, I don't know. The CSKA Moscow goalkeeper, shall we say, kind of went out and was off his line slightly, and Ramsey kind of got into a position where he like chipped it up and over, but he used kind of the side of his foot, almost like a half scorpion kind of touch, really. But he gave Arsenal clear water, and then Lacazette slotted home just like 10 minutes shy of half time. He got into a very good position, cut back to Alexandre Lacazette, who smashed it, and it went and kind of forward nicely into the left-hand corner to give Arsenal clear water. And then the second half, I mean, the first half was really, really good. Going forward, we were absolutely spellbinding. As I said, a couple of hairy moments from CSKA Moscow, and defensively, we are a little bit weak at times and making a couple of really stupid errors that against, you know, a better side would have punished us tonight for the defence errors, and I keep saying that over and over again. And in the second half, we sort of tried to like start walking it in the back of the net, and like the more goals that you can get. And I've only got two criticisms of tonight. Firstly, the goal that we conceded, stupid away goal, absolutely reckless away goal. You know, three defensive errors, give a free kick that is converted then to a goal. Absolutely stupid. It was so, you know, you could avoid that. It was such an avoidable, you know, position to be in, and it was just sloppy, really. But my only other criticism is that we should have scored, countless, more goals than we did tonight. Like Alex Iwobi came on and he tried to give it to Lacazette to complete his hat-trick, but Lacazette's offside. He then takes a shot that is blocked. We had shots that were blocked. We had good save. I mean, CSKA Moscow actually, defended well in the second half, and their goalkeeper was in, fine fettle in that second 45 minutes. But we should have, created a couple of, or not created a couple of decent chances. We should have converted a couple of decent chances. And this game could have really been like Arsenal could have easily won tonight, like 7 or 8. I'm not even joking. Our attacking play tonight was absolutely solid, and we could beat absolutely anybody, like generally. If we play like that and if we can attack to the way that we attack tonight, we can cause any team any kind of problems whatsoever, regardless of the level of their defence. Like I know CSKA Moscow have got like an average defensive age of like 105, which is just, it's either 102 or 105, but it's still, they're old. They're getting towards the end of their career. Probably some of them shouldn't even still be playing as footballers, but going forward, we were absolutely brilliant, and CSKA Moscow couldn't handle us. But defensively, there are one or two tad concerns, and that is our strongest defence. Mustafi, Koscielny, Monreal, and Bellerin. That's our strongest defensive lineup that we possibly can have. So it's slightly worrying, but all in all, it was a good win, a great performance going forward, absolutely brilliant. And again, a couple of hairy moments, conceding a stupid goal. But other than that, it was a very, very nice performance. We dominated the possession. We had 60% of the ball, mostly. I mean, we had 75 in the first kind of 25, 30 minutes. We finished the game with 57% possession, just shy of 60%. And CSKA Moscow had around about 40% during the game. They had 11 shots for a target. When they did create chances, they were really kind of half chances. They weren't really, they were getting into dangerous opportunities, but they weren't really testing Petr Cech whatsoever, apart from the free kick that they converted and a couple of saves here and there that Petr Cech had to make. We had 18 shots, 9 on target. We certainly made their keeper work, but we still could have been a bit more clinical. And had we been a little bit more clinical and converted some of our chances, this would have been the tie would have been easily wrapped up. And it is. I feel we're easy. We'll get into the semi-final. CSKA Moscow have got to beat us next Thursday by 3-0. And on the away patch, it's going to be, it's going to be a difficult night going away, particularly going away to Russia. There's going to be a lot of hostility there, and it's going to be a nerve-wracking night. But if we can just, get an early goal or just keep it at 0-0 for as long as we can, we should easily get into the semi-final. My only worry is if we can see 1 or 2 goals early on, then it's going to be a completely different contest. But as for tonight, got the job done, halfway there, we're closer and edging ever closer to the Europa League semi-final. And I'm not going to talk about kind of my predictions of where now I think we're going to finish in the Europa League. I'll wait till next Thursday when we've actually played the second leg, see if we're actually going through to semi-final, and then I'll give my overall thoughts and feelings to that this time next week. But for the first kind of half, and at half-time in this quarter-final tie, we are heading into the semi-final, and a very, very good performance in terms of even a couple of hairy moments and a couple of critiques here and there. Overall, it was a very good performance. I am going to leave analysing Arsenal there for you guys today. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and check out my other great content as well. Got a lot of stuff on the way. Schedules kind of changed around here and there. I've updated you guys on Twitter. I had a brand new TNF drug today, and I've been kind of doing a couple of other additional bits here and there. So Throwback Thursday is going to be coming out, but probably in 2 weeks time, and I will be joining you for analysing Arsenal on Sunday as we face Southampton. I'm just going to double check, because that would be a little bit awkward if I say that we're playing Southampton and we're playing a completely different side. I'm pretty sure we're playing Southampton. Yes, we are on Sunday at 2:15, so I'll rejoin you for my thoughts and feelings to that Premier League game as we draw on the final home stretch in terms of the conclusion of the Premier League. All our eggs are in this Europa League basket, and the basket is edging ever closer to ultimate glory, hopefully, if we can keep this run going in the Europa League. Until next time, this is DJ Bagpuss signing out. Take care, and I shall speak to you all very, very, very soon. Take care, and I shall see you all later.